places I visited as the first elected official to travel to not just Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, but went out to the kibbutzes, literally 1 week after President Biden had been there as well. As he was touching down, or he was leaving, I was touching down. I went to places no American had been to yet. And the photos will never, ever take the real images out of my mind, with the smells, the sights, the people I held. In that moment, as I walked through with a vest, military people surrounding me, not far in the distance, seeing missiles being fired still in Gaza as we were at the border, I walked through homes that had been once places of joy and celebration. And I will not be as graphic as I saw, but I still have the shoes I wore as I stepped through puddles of blood, because I don't know what to do with them. We thought it had been left in the history books of the Holocaust, and we always said we'd never forget, because it could never possibly get as bad as that again. And the innocent children torn from their parents' arms or murdered in front of them. The young man I saw whose wife and 3 children were stolen in front of him, he found out later they had been murdered. The stories that I heard made me think, yes, it happened again. In our time, in our so-called civilized time, a barbaric group of terrorists, and don't call them anything but terrorists, because that's what Hamas is. And I called it out. Immediately in the aftermath of it, I was back home talking about this, and I was called out by a reporter who said, "Why are you calling them a terrorist group?" And I said, because they are. I once served in Congress, a member of the Homeland Security Committee. They were defined as a terrorist back in 1996. I knew my facts. And while there may be deniers and people in our own state who will not acknowledge what happened on that day, I went for one reason. I had to witness with my own eyes and provide the moral clarity when I returned to stand up to those who would say, oh, well, that was deserved because they did this or that. There's nothing on earth that could justify what I saw and the searing pain that so many still live with today 1 year later. Never. Nothing could justify that, ever.